Today's video is going to be a bit of a departure from my normal gardening videos, but it does have to do with what I do with all the stuff that comes out of my garden. So I'd really like your feedback on this one. Drop a line in the comments below after you've watched the video and let me know if you'd like to see more videos covering what I do with all the produce, or if I should just stick to the gardening. But without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So what I wanted to share with you all today is my hands down absolute favorite way to preserve a bunch of cucumbers in a hurry, the quick pickle. But this is not just any quick pickle. This is the best quick pickle of all time, and it's so easy. Now this recipe is an adaptation from Smitten Kitchen, and as an aside, if you have not checked out her website, do yourself a favor, jump over there. I will provide a link in the description below. But if you're looking for ways to use up seasonal produce, it's a priceless resource for recipes. Now, right now, I am lucky enough to be getting a late season harvest of cucumbers thanks to my semi-failed cucumber netting experiment. So I'm whipping up another couple batches of these quick pickles. Smitten Kitchen's original recipe calls for only 4 ingredients, and that's cucumbers, salt, dill, and white vinegar. I'm adding in jalapeno and garlic because I like the extra kick and I've got those ingredients sitting around, but that's totally a personal preference. It's delicious just with those basic 4 ingredients as well. And I'll pop up the full recipe on the screen here real quick so you can see it. I'll also include my recipe in the description below for your reference. I start by slicing up 5 to 6 medium pickling cucumbers, or enough to fill a quart-sized mason jar with slices. Now, Smitten Kitchen's original recipe, she suggests using a mandolin to get your slices extra thin. I don't have one, so I've always just sliced them by hand, and I do a little bit thicker slice, and they still turn out really, really delicious and crisp. I place my slices in a mason jar, layering them with fresh dill, jalapenos, and garlic. I use a combination of fresh dill leaf, the seeds, and the flower heads, basically whatever is in my garden at the time that I'm making the pickles. And it ends up being the equivalent of about 2 tablespoons of dill. I also typically use 1 to 2 large cloves of garlic, roughly chopped, and about a half of a jalapeno sliced. And of course, you can tweak these measurements to suit your own taste. I really jam-pack everything in, making sure that the jar is totally full, and then I sprinkle a tablespoon of kosher salt over the top of the cucumber slices. After the salt, I pour in 1/2 cup of white vinegar. Screw a lid tightly onto the jar and give it a couple really good shakes to make sure that everything is mixed up. And then I put the jar in the fridge. Now the trick here is to put the jar in a prominent space so that you see it every time you open the fridge. And that is because you want to either shake or flip the jar over just a couple of times for the first couple of hours that it is in the fridge. And this just helps to ensure that the vinegar salt mixture is getting evenly coated over all of the cucumber slices. And what is going to happen is that as the water is drawn out of the cucumber slices, that liquid level will move up and the cucumbers will wilt down. So you'll end up with the liquid nearly, if not completely, covering the cucumber slices. Now these pickles are ready to eat in as little as 2 hours, but for maximum flavor, Smitten Kitchen suggests waiting 6 to 8 hours. And on the Smitten Kitchen site, she states that these are best used within 3 weeks. I have actually kept these for months in the fridge and they still taste fantastic. So I'll leave that call up to you guys. Usually though, they are all eaten up in less than 3 weeks anyway. So you can see here, this is a jar that has been sitting in the fridge for about a month now. And you can see how much liquid is in there and how much these cucumber slices have wilted down. And this is the fresh jar that I just put in the refrigerator. Those are salty, zesty, with that intense vinegar kick that makes a really excellent dill pickle. So if you've got a few extra cucumbers in your garden today that you want to pickle, give this recipe a try. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.